What up, Afro Tug Nation? It's your boy. Time to get down for the clown. You know we about to hold it down and do what we do because we do for you and the crew. But you know where we start. Now pull up, Pome. What it is, what it does, what it do. What's on the Get Down Afro Tug Nation? It's your boy T3. Little tired, little fatigued, but I'm here for you. Why? Because I love what we do. So what's today's discussion? What are we going to talk about? Absolute Superman. Yes, I finally finished the Absolute Superman comic book. Yes, that was it was an interesting read. Absolute Batman, had a little bit more action, a little bit more detail. Absolute Superman, I'm interested to see where they go with this character. So where does this comic book start? It starts us off on the planet Krypton. It tells you a couple years before Superman even gets to Earth. Of course, we got to start with the origins of Superman and everything that is. Well, Krypton is a planet based on science and technology, and loved by its cities. They even start you with Kendor. And if for those that really know what Kendor is one of the planets that Brainiac ends up taking early in the Superman comic books as a city that disappeared from Krypton years ago. But this is where we start. And the Kryptonians are based on society. So based on the levels in society, like where you are in life actually matters, your station in life. And your station is based on the emblem on your chest. Yes, they are implementing the emblems on the chest. It's no longer a family crest, but an emblem on your chest to recognize your station. So if you have an emblem of the sun, let's say per se, on this particular case, then you are the people of the sun, which is also people of the science community, which means you are held in high regards and high rank. Well, Superman, Kal-El's family, Jor-El and his wife have an S on their chest for steel. Steel as in S-T-E-E-L. Like a steel worker or somebody of a low class society. It is a low class society emblem on the chest. Ambiance to needless to say, but a quick wink at Man of Steel. You know what I'm saying? So you know this is where they're going to go with this. Well, Superman's father was a scientist at one point, getting ready to graduate from one of Krypton's greatest colleges until he went against the council and at his graduation discussed how their planet is going to eventually be destroyed if we keep mining it the way we do, which gets him kicked into the lower class society. His mother, who was also Superman's mother, in a higher class society, was on the way to being one of the greatest little minds in the world. At the age of 9, she wrote an essay talking about how our lack of science to explore other communities in the galaxy is going to lead to the downfall of our community. Well, they didn't like that neither, so they moved her and her family down to the lower class society. So needless to say, two individuals who are very intelligent, very smart, very witty, and stood on principle, were moved down into a lower class society based on their thoughts and opinions against what the rest of the world thought. Well, she is now a farm worker. She fixed on mechanics and steels. She wanted to be an astronaut. She was very good with mechanics. He is an engineer. He goes down into the lower lengths of the coal mines to geologically check the foundations of areas to make sure that the people are safe. Well, that being said, it's a society of jerks and a planet of hard-headed people, which we do find out later on in the actual Superman series. Before all of this, that Kryptonians are really not the most nicest of people that you could possibly meet. So it's interesting to see this in full effect and play. And then flash forward to present day. We're in Brazil. We're in somewhere on the planet Earth. And at this particular time, there is a wanderer around with a hood over his head, suit on, and pretty much keeps to himself, can speak any language there is on the planet that is going on. And so with that being said, he's not the Superman that we know. He's not being raised by the Kents. Matter of fact, we see the Kent farm in disarray. It's owned by a company called Lazarus. They are a company that supposedly is doing good for the community, but they usually take their resources and fund it into their own sciences, into their own community, but also destroying the community that they're supposedly helping down the way. Well, in Brazil, of course, as we know, a lot of slave labor and sweatshops are being done illegally down there. And if the people want to get paid, they got to make their money some kind of way for their people. And so Superman, being who he is, he's not known as Superman yet. His name is Kal-El. He's just going off his regular name. Matter of fact, he doesn't use any name at all, because he is just on this planet. Why is it, you say? Because at this point, Superman was actually on Krypton until looks like about 12 or 13 years old. So he had spent time on Krypton before being shipped off to Earth, which we know eventually Krypton explodes. It's just interesting. This time, before, Superman never knew his home world. This time, Superman knew his parents, grew up with his parents, grew up on the planet Krypton, and has memories of it. And now he sees Earth moving in the same fashion and direction that Krypton is, killing itself, treating its people as lower class citizens, and those who are the elitists are the ones that are stepping on the people below their shoe. Well, being the man that he is, he's trying to be a help, but he's trying to also stay low cognito at the same time. So he decides to go into the mining area and mine the ore for the people who are in Brazil, so they won't have to be down in the ditches trying to collect these diamonds that this company is trying to get. Well, the people get down there and they see the diamonds have already been mined. They've already been crushed. They've already been done. And they're like, yo, what happened? And they're like, do you believe in the energy child? You know what I'm saying? That there's this wanderer out there. And they're like, cause rumors, of course, of Superman is already out there in the world. And they're like, no, just leave it alone. Don't just take the diamonds, get the money. Let's go home. Well, of course, the taskmasters of the area don't like what they see. They're like, yo, how did you do that? How'd you get it so fast? How'd you get it so quick? And in doing so, ends up attacking and beating on the people, which in turn angers Superman. Well, a couple things are different about Superman. Superman is just not a child of the sun no more. So the suit that he wears is an AI suit. The suit actually itself, he speaks to it. It's almost like a Brainiac style suit. And this suit absorbs the sun for him because he's not holding on to solar energy, apparently. He gets depleted as he goes on in his fights and everything else. So the suit acts as not just an armor, but it helps him re-energize. Well, he's in the midst of trying to re-energize his little self when he sees that everything that's going on. He goes into attack mode. He uses his super speed to save the people from the gunshots of the folks. And, he attacks the guards that are attacking the people. Also, Superman has not had a chance to fully learn how to use his abilities and powers yet on this planet. Not knowing how long it has been since Superman has been on this planet. So it's interesting to see how long he took to get to Earth. Did he arrive as an adult? Did he visit other planets before coming here? So forth. We also know that there is a behind the scenes villain who's connected himself to his machinery because he wants Superman's suit and technology. Now, the suit recognizes that the weapons that these people are using are not from this world. So, do we already have a Brainiac style character that is going to be here? Or is this a Lex Luthor version? Now, you're asking yourself, well, all of this, what's the deal with Lois Lane? Well, Lois Lane actually works for this company that she's working with a military group with this company that's actually trying to just sent down as a special teams unit to apprehend Superman and to try to find out what his suit is and who he is and who he's about and all the rest of these stuff. And of course, she is the one that creeps up on him, handcuffs him, and says, don't move, Superman, or I'm going to blast you in your face. Well, we already got Lois Lane as the one that calls him Superman. That has always been the thing. Superman never came up with his own name. Lois Lane has given it to him in his first issue. Of course, he's probably not going to fully use it until later on. Of course, then there's a flashback back to the planet to where Superman is remembering his parents. His suit is reminding him that don't be a fool. We should have left when we could have. He said, they're doomed to destroy themselves, just like your people were doomed to destroy themselves because of their ignorance and bigotry that they have for one another. And this is where that comic book ends. Whew, man, that took a lot. So this is where we at with the Absolute Superman. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see where this story goes. I am not going to give up on it, of course. I want to finish. I believe it's supposed to be 6 to 8 issues. And then depending on how well it does, if it's going to continue or if it's going to fall off. So we're going to continue to follow this story of Superman. So we're probably going to get a lot more flashbacks. We're probably going to get some flashbacks of Krypton because we're still waiting to see how Krypton fully destroys itself. We're going to get flashbacks of Superman when he's coming to Earth. And we're going to learn more about Lois Lane, the military operative, like her father is in the original Superman stories. And who is the person behind the screen that is interested in Superman's technology, and how does Superman's powers work? And where the Kent family? We see your farm, but we don't see the family. So we're gonna see what's going down. Let's see what we do. All right, fam, you know, tonight's the night we finally, well, not tonight, but tomorrow night, we'll go watch Red One, get our first Christmas story on. Yes, I am super excited. It is that time of the year, not because I'm going to go see The Rock and his movie, but because Christmas time is here. You know what I'm saying? Break out the Charlie Brown specials, Thanksgiving, all that fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got greens, beans, potatoes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's do what we do, because we do for you and the crew. But you know where we gotta go to, because if you see your mans in the streets, hit them with the beats. Hit them with a jingle jangle, baby. Jingle jangle.